opposite happen now as we're tied 1-1, and here we go. We're going to keep eyes on that match, guys. We're going to go HCS Red Zone. Eli and I will make sure, alongside Louie and Garrett, make sure you guys don't miss a minute of the action. We'll keep you guys posted on that. But for now, it's Collect taking on his former squad. Game 1, oddball, a potential barn burner here to start. Collect with the shot.
Collect with the shock is not what I want to hear if I'm on the other team. This guy does not miss shots very frequently. Already putting it to work against some of his former teammates here. Does finally get shut down, and I think that was the plan of Native. They know how damaging he can be with it. I mean, most of these guys have teamed with him in the past, so no surprise that they shut him down. And that ball starts to get rotated. It's Diagram now with the shock, though, and he's already putting it to work as well.
The triplets with what looked like could have been a triple kill, but there's no faces to take. So instead, Diagram stops looking around and starts pushing on through, applying immediate pressure to the back of blue. APG, I would imagine, is very weak. Now goes down. Diagram playing a flawless rendition of Halo right here as he earns 2 with the shock. Works his way towards blue, potentially break through and stop this oddball control. Gilkey with a little bit of a rotation, but with no numbers and no support, it looks like the oddball is going to switch in favor of Still Deciding as they now rotate it. Or actually, they have an option now. They're at the fulcrum, so they have the option now to rotate it back to gold or back to blue. The spawns are going to determine this. The next slay going to determine this, and Diagram probably just said, come on through with that snipe on McWin, as we should see the oddball work its way to C. It does. APG gets his face taken again, and if it weren't clear, blue is the place to be because Diagram is popping off.
Diagram picked up that shock with 4 bursts left in it. Guess what? He got 4 perfects with it. I mean, this guy is, when he is on fire, absolutely unbelievable with the precision weapons, just like his triplet brother Suppressed, who we've been seeing making waves on that Shopify roster. I mean, there's just something in those genes, man. I gotta know, like, can I talk to their parent? Like, what did their mom eat during the pregnancy? Because whatever it is, produce some phenomenal pro gamers.
Unbelievable gameplay on display here as APG makes a nice play with that grapple to get up to bat ledge and grab that oddball, but now it's for Diagram instead as APG goes down shortly after. Diagram stays alive, and you can see Gilkey wanted that melee and doesn't have one left. And I guess that's I would almost say a cause and effect of APG with good utilization of the grapple. Because of it, Diagram doesn't have that one left in the back pocket to pull the oddball up. Instead, sets his sights towards the backside of gold, goes down. Another potential brouhaha here between King Nick and the opposition. McWin, as he goes down, doesn't actually get any melees off. Smart for King Nick to play his range there to avoid a trade out, but he ultimately trades out nonetheless. Back and forth we go. 7 players, it looked like 6 players in the lobby dead in that moment. So, and still there's still 4 2v2. So back and forth we go. Now is not the time to grab the oddball. You still need a couple more slays. There's the one you needed, and even with that, it may not be enough for Barcode to sneak into gold. This one is back and forth. 40 to a rolling 25 as Native Gaming get back in the mix.
I think they played this game type before, and it went to round 3, and it's very similar gameplay as well, where it's just slays trading out across the board, super tight every single round. Finally, strong looking hold. I like McWin's positioning there. He was trying to just gather intel from a high position of the map and also cut off a few of the options that Still Deciding had to rotate. Barcode gonna do the jumping tactic that Rami is aware of. Kind of a little cheesy strat to milk a few extra seconds before you fall into the drink, but I mean, Rami does a good job to not let that become any greater of an advantage. I mean, I think he predicted, he knows that Barcode's capable of that, and just immediately goes out to shut it down.
King Nick with the camo, and he's got the back of Gwen as he goes down. Plasma pistol does take King Nick's shields down, so a potential aggressive push here is thwarted. King Nick is going to have a much more difficult time to be efficient with that camo, so it just goes to show sometimes even in death you can make a good play, but King Nick re-shields, repositions, and with the use of that grapple hook, that's been a high priority here in this match. 1v1 against APG, and after a couple of missed shots from both players, they both trade out 42 and roll into 54. Eli, nobody has been able to break through. Nobody's been able to gain a decisive lead. As we could see another lead change here as the shot changes hands. It's back into the hands of Collect, and it's a fresh one. Plenty of opportunity to work with here. And he starts off hot with the body shot onto APG, pushing on through. And this could set up a lockdown hold, but 2 of his players go down. But Collect finds another slay. McWin down to low HP, I would imagine, at the low ground. Bottom elevator, and yes, he gets cleaned up. Nice positioning there from Collect to maintain his life, maintain control of the shock, and not going to pick it up for now. Instead, sensing this respawn close over by the gold frags. But he could hold the door here. He could hold the line. The respect factor for Collect might just make APG and the rest of the crew push on through a different location. But APG does, in fact, press from the frags and gets the slay on Collect. Massive, but all the while still deciding with that possession of the shock are able to go up by 20, excuse me.
Not only that, they rotated it to C, which gives them the opportunity for this play ball as well. So great plays from Still Deciding. If you'll notice their positioning when Collect grabbed that shock, he had King Nick holding down top gold, had a teammate holding down Whirlpool. It's like having two bodyguards on your left and right. They know how powerful Collect is with the snipe, so doing everything in their power to keep him alive and just let him go to work without any pressure. And that's why they were able to secure so much extra time, keeping their sniper player alive and just letting him rack up kills means easy ball time.
Collect looked like he was a little in between utilities there. Had the plasma pistol out, but a weak opponent in front of him meant, do I want to use the PMR here? It looked like he was a little in between because of that discrepancy. Wasn't able to earn the slay, but it doesn't look to be hurting their squad and their chances to gain more scoring. As Still Deciding, and look at this, I love to see all four go down in the reset time because this is going to get them a spawn on the flip side close enough to potentially contest it. But Gilkey, the veteran, with the heads up play. Again, the grapple hook. Man, the grapple hook really feels... It's like the one match where the shock might not be the most important factor. It's been the grapple for me, Eli.
Yeah, these top teams are really finding ways to get value out of that grapple hook, whether it's to grab the ball more safely. I mean, there's so many situations that ball is in a precarious spot, or even just grab the shock rifle. As Collect has the new one again. This man is definitely timing this weapon because he has been on its spawn point within 10 seconds of it coming on the pad multiple times this game. And I mean, can you blame the guy? It's been a huge reason for their success. And look at this. He's just like, yeah, I'm just going to deny this access right here, right now. And here's another grapple from Barcode. Actually grapples Collect physically. And he's going to, I guess, just kind of buy time. But Collect with a quick shot finally gets taken out by the grenade. And with that, Native Gaming have taken the lead.
He's biding his time, but there's not much left in regulation. 22 seconds left, and with every second that oddball's on the ground, the second tick away, 79-83. And here's where you could play for time and to just hold the line. If you're Native Gaming up by 4 seconds, only 12 left. Collect goes down, so too does Rami. It's a numbers advantage here for Native Gaming, but Still Deciding have the oddball. Still Deciding have the lead now, and now they could drop the oddball and milk the clock and just jump it off into the drink, and that could spell trouble. That could spell game over or round over here to start. Eli, it feels like we played a full game. There's been so much action, and that is exactly the strat. Drop it off into the drink. Take round one. Does Still Deciding. What an electric start to this series. Like I said previously, it feels like we just witnessed the whole game.
Insane stuff out of both teams. I mean, it's at this point it's expected, right? They went to game 5 last week. Every oddball they've played, I think, has gone to round 3. We've seen 3-2 flags. These teams are so closely matched together. It's just going to come down to who ices up in those final moments. And there it was Still Deciding. You saw the defensive effort from King Nick just bodyguarding that oddball player. Rami able to chuck it off the map as the timer dwindled down, and both teams playing with some passion today.
Man, what an electric start to this series. Do we not have a rivalry here forming? My goodness. Rami, cross-map shots with use of that battle rifle. They stay alive here. Drops down to 1 HP in the bottom of Mangler Pit. Wow, earns a delayed assist there. That's huge, especially in an oddball where timing is everything. Now it looks like Rami gonna deflect back to C, play that, I'd say, preferred spot where if the opposition does get a chance to break through and push through, you can easily reset things. For now, enough damage comes through to hold the line. Rami probably feeling like, now, do I want to drop it now? Yes. The communication comes through. They tell him to drop it now, and perfectly played there from Still Deciding. You don't get much milk with 11 seconds, but with how close this one's been contested, 5 to 10 seconds of milk is the new 30 seconds.
I gotta agree with you. Every single second matters when teams are this close. I mean, we broke down that series, Foe versus Proton, where 2 seconds was the difference between them finishing, what, top 12 and ultimately getting top 6. I mean, literally 2 seconds has changed the fate of so many players in the HCS. Some of these teams wouldn't even exist if it weren't for those 2 seconds, because a different team would have had the seed. I mean, you could make a whole video about the butterfly effect that 1 or 2 seconds of oddball time has. And right now, Native look to take the early lead here in round 2.
Black, nice shots there through the gold hall.
Enemy has the ball.
But he's got to break through. It's Native Gaming, despite not having the numbers advantage. It's a well-timed rotation here from Barcode. And talk about manufacturing some points. Unbelievable job there from Native Gaming to still have control of the ball. Now recognizing that they need to rotate. 2 red X's, though, on the left side of gold means they might just get to the A elevator with a hell of a lot of control. Unbelievable heads-up decision-making from Native Gaming. The positioning, the rotation, that's how you manufacture and milk a couple more seconds of time. But Diagram has the shock back in his hand, has something else to say about it. And if he can manufacture a couple slays here for himself with the use of the kit, camo, and shock, we could see Native still deciding to get back into it. But Eli, this 47-11 lead was done when Native Gaming didn't have numbers. How impressive was that?
Just veteran awareness of rotation. Slays don't matter if that oddball player just scurries away and continues to hold it every single time. I mean, the name of the game is just holding off the pressure for long enough. And sometimes that doesn't lead to a kill. If you just get a guy one shot 10 times in a row, and all 10 times he backs up and waits 6 seconds for his shields to come back, he's off the map for a whole minute. So it's very impressive stuff. They understand the name of the game is not to get the slays, it's to get that oddball time. And as long as you make some smart rotations, you can rack it up.
Woo! Diagram misses the final shot, but makes sure that he earns the slay. Nonetheless, does not trade out, and now still deciding, have the intel on when respawn will occur for that shock rifle. It's been an extremely important weapon to hold on the map. Diagram, though, doing just fine with the Bandit DMR. Nice shots. Felt like a perfect 5. Was 6 instead. As he, again, how often have we seen Diagram create space for still deciding to rotate that oddball to the back of C? Here we see it once again.
It's either Diagram or King Nick, and oh my god. I guess that melee doesn't work there. A little confusing, but it doesn't matter. Able to get that ball off the map at least. Collect trying to fight for his life. Always such a difficult kill. This guy's got all the movement mechanics you could possibly imagine in the toolkit. But good job from Native here. Just prioritizing the camo. The whole map reset, but as they prioritize the camo, still deciding to prioritize the ball, and they have nearly tied it up. They're going to play the ball out, try to win this fight. And shutting down APG with camo is massive. Barcode last member alive for Native, and it looks like still deciding look to steal the lead.
Fantastic communication there from the still deciding roster. APG was able to take down Rami, who looked like he might have even had the camo, but once Rami went down, he communicated to his squad. APG's got the camo and he's pushing up towards pillars, so that's why you started to see the chase grenades go through. King Nick pushing through, and oh, that's a grenade you probably don't want to land on your teammate. Enough damage goes through to take down both, and that could swing the tides back in favor of Native Gaming. Eli, this feels like a match where an unforced error, an inch out of line could make the difference. 53-47, 2 minutes left in regulation.
Seems like every single time I look up at the top of the screen, it's even slays for both teams. It's 2 dead on either side or 3 dead on either side. Gilkey right now gonna be the one to win the engagement that matters, which is the very last slay, but he's still not comfortable enough to hold the oddball. He's got to try to run it away. Doesn't get any time, and this battle is ongoing. This is an all-out war right now. Both teams trading out kills. Finally, Rami, is he the last player alive? I think for now he is. He sees a teammate in the blue pipes. That's King Nick. Says, hey, Nick, I'm taking this to C. Why don't you watch my back?
Rami quickly clearing the A elevator there was so crucial. Getting to the back at C, that forced those gold Dorito spawns for the opposition, and that's going to give this still deciding team enough time and space to gain a 20-second lead because of it. King Nick with a sticky trade through the shroud screen. There's no love being had in that thing as 2 go down. Rami still staying alive. Oh, does not trade out with Barcode. I thought for sure Barcode would have snuck an undercut into the tummy, take down Rami or the trade, but no, Rami in a few sequences here has kept himself alive, has stayed alive where it looks like he's going to go down or he looks like he's going to trade out. Now Rami previously went down to APG when he tried to earn camo. Now it's in the hands of still deciding, and with a 20-second lead, Eli, only 1 minute left in regulation. This could be the closing round of what's been an incredible game 1.
A minute left, and you already know it's going to be hotly contested. To go down for still deciding, but Rami neutralizes the situation, gets himself a double kill, which means he can just comfortably grab this camo, keep these players away from the oddball. But if you're on the side of Native Gaming, you've really got to make something happen here. Love to see this aggression from Gilkey. Uses the late jump, cancel, clamber into late jump. I don't even know what his Spartan just did. It was all over the place. And that is a difficult target to hit.
Huge!
But 4 go dead for still deciding. Gilkey's got the shock rifle, and Native could potentially hold on to this to regain the lead.
It's deja vu, Eli. Less than 30 seconds left in regulation, and these two teams are only separated by 10 seconds. This hold from APG could be the difference maker now. And Gilkey, the difference maker with the shock, takes down 2, make it 3. Yes, with the assist. Unbelievable plays from Gilkey.
Oh.
A snipe here would shut the door. King Nick, as the last player alive, has a chance to be a hero, but he goes down to the oddball. Oddball goes down 2, 3 down for Native Gaming. Now still deciding, have a chance to sprint to it. 15 seconds left. 6 kills, 6 seconds, separating these two teams. It's erratic, it's chaotic. Barcode with the slay and the assist, but ball goes back into favor of Native Gaming, and they might just regain the lead with 9 seconds left.
That was so smart by Barcode. He knew the rest of the team was coming, so he just had to do as much damage as possible so that when they arrive, they can shut the door. They do take the lead. They're going to drop the ball in the bottom of the elevator, and they keep themselves alive. And are you even surprised at this point? We're going to a round 3. Look at this play from Gilkey. This was after using the late jump tech to win his 1v1. Knows these players are coming through. Gets multiple shock effects. Those players took so much damage from the chain reaction of the shock rifle, and that ultimately opened the door for Native Gaming to win that one.
This is Halo. Are you not entertained? King Nick starting off hot with a double kill. Oof, I gotta take a quick breath, Eli, but we're not gonna get a chance to. The action continues on here. This has got to be one of the greatest games of oddball we've ever seen online. I mean, we're not even into a full game yet. We're just starting off round 3, a 1-0 lead for still deciding. And Eli, I say that like it matters. It does. That's how close this has been.
I think between rounds 1 and 2, they were actually tied in seconds, because was it not a 2-second win for still deciding and then a 2-second win for Native? So they're literally tied up not only in rounds but also in total seconds. This third round going to be the difference maker, but you cannot predict it either way. All these players are playing so good right now. It's going to come down to who ices up and wins the oddball in the times that matter.
This is just game 1, Eli. We're guaranteed so much more Halo from this series. And these two teams that I'm going to say it, yes, forming a rivalry before our very eyes. What an exciting narrative this is building up to be. As Native Gaming build a 17-8 lead here off the start. APG, though, the last player alive, and he's nowhere in contention to potentially break through. Instead, he's going to earn those blue spawns and going to have to go next. Do Native Gaming is still deciding are going to be the ones to regain the lead after that nice team wipe.
Still deciding, looking good here. Native got to find a way through. If APG dies right here, it's actually very bad for his squad. So I like his decision to back up, gets his shields back. He's going to re-engage. Try to apply some pressure to make some openings on the other side. Yes, Barcode is over here at the tower side. APG and Barcode most certainly talking closely together through their process. APG then rotates over here. Kind of a masterclass in staying alive, but as I say that, he takes a grenade to the face, still was able to secure enough time and space for Mikwin to grab the camo, but they don't get any value out of it. They go down 3. Diagram's going to be here to grab the ball before it resets. Now Native spawning at the seaside have to figure out a way to break through. Collect taking some early damage with the shock rifle. Actually just comes back up to peak to get a little bit more information and gets 2 body shots, but APG has been the kryptonite for Collect. Whenever Collect wants to pop off with that shock, it seems like APG is shutting him down every time.
Oh, and after losing camo, Eli, and a couple of lives, I thought Native Gaming were going to see this lead get a little out of control. All things considered, in this one, a 20-30 second lead feels like a lot, but instead they regroup and regain off the spawn. APG now with the shock at the back of gold. He's down to low HP. What's new? 2 dead. We're still deciding, and it looks like Native Gaming are gonna potentially transfer this lead. For now, they're gonna try to transfer the oddball from A to gold as they do break through. Yes, oddball being carried to the back of gold. It's gonna come down to rotations and resets here. 43 to 45. This one's still just as close as it's ever been.
APG having a heck of a game. 38 and 33 with 19 assists, most kills in the lobby. And he's been making plays that are absolutely making the difference for this squad. Doesn't hit these shots, but knows he's about to die. Gets a little bit of extra damage on these players to potentially open some time and space for his teammates. But all of a sudden, still deciding are the team that have a good looking setup. But Native have proven that they really know how to break these setups effectively. And that's the sign of a good team.
Eli, we could watch an entire day's worth, no, an entire weekend tournament's worth of Halo, and we wouldn't witness as many lead changes as we have in this one game of oddball. Still deciding, now still the oddball, now still the lead. And with 3 down for Native Gaming, 4 down, Diagram and the rest of Still Deciding could build on it here. What do they want to do with it? Diagram setting up here at the top of A, trying to earn intel here. You can see that with the pings. Do we hold at the lockdown location of A? Do we rotate? Or now you can even play the ball to mid with this type of 20-second lead. It's all in the favor of Diagram and Still Deciding here as they're going to start to make Native Gaming chase for the first time in this match with what looks like the best lead we've seen yet.
Such a smart time to rotate the ball, right? Native had already started to formulate how they were going to break into A, but as they make their way through gold, Still Deciding just rotated to C. So now Native are kind of stuck in an awkward position. They've already, yeah, they earned space in A, but that's not where they need to be anymore. This rotation was so smart by Still Deciding. It's earned them a significant lead. They have to play the ball, and Native have to play perfectly here. Looks like which team will spawn next to it. It's Still Deciding. Still Deciding could close out the round right here, right now, if they can get it into safety, but Native are not going to make it easy.
Gilkey, the last hope for Native Gaming, but he's got a double. Oh my God, a potential triple. The overkill. Collect has shots, and Native Gaming are gonna get the oddball away. What a huge play there from Gilkey, and now he's got the oddball in his hands. This one is unbelievable. We got to take a look at the timer at the end. I feel like this match has gone on for 25 plus minutes, and we might just have a few more.
It's absolutely unbelievable stuff. Seems like Native are not willing to back down. They want this win. APG is going to somehow survive with a sliver of HP, but his teammates are spawning on the A side. You have to imagine he's going to start rotating it there. Still Deciding are going to push. They have some damage on the map, but they've got to kind of juggle their plan here. The new camo's coming up. They probably want to secure that as well, and they're going to come and steal the oddball, and 2 seconds left. Will 3 go down again? It's 4 dead. What's happening, Hunter?
Native Gaming have life. Oh my God, what a match. Still Deciding go 4 down, and Native Gaming might just go up in this series, down by 20 seconds, but with one strong hold, could come back, and that's not a chance to tie it at 99-100 the round. The game is over. One final stand, one final chance to push through, but Still Deciding are dwindling in numbers. 2, now 3, all 4 go down, and Native Gaming look like they're gonna steal it in the end game. Unbelievable finish. Gilkey kept things alive, and rightfully so. He's the one to hold the oddball at the end. Yes! Native Gaming win it. One of the most unbelievable oddball matches we've ever seen, and it feels like that was the series finality, Eli, but it's just game 1. What the...
I don't even know what to say, man. This can we pull up that stat page, man? I gotta see how many seconds in total both teams had. It was ultimately, I was right, it was a 2-second difference for Native to pull it out with an insane comeback in the end.
24. Oh,
APG with massive numbers, 42 kills, 21 assists, but I mean, it's just huge numbers across the board. This is a 23.5-minute game. I mean, are you not entertained, Chet?
Eli, these guys just played Halo for 24 straight minutes. Everybody above 10k damage. Everybody have yourself a game here. We have never witnessed a stat sheet like this, and again, it's not just one thing to bring up the stats, but to apply context to it. This was one of the craziest, it felt like it, one of the craziest oddball games Halo Infinite ever. It absolutely was. Everybody got involved as an oddball carrier. Nobody with less than 30 seconds of ball time. I'd love to see that in my matchmaking lobbies, by the way. But this match was unbelievable. Everybody played their role. Everybody played their space. And at the end of the day, Native Gaming iced the F up at the end. This is one I will watch back on VOD after we finish today's tournament, because that was unfriggin' believable.